European Union member states have agreed to cut gas consumption amid fears Russia could turn off the taps this winter. German airline Lufthansa says it has been forced to cancel almost all of its services Wednesday because of industrial action by staff. And China has delivered yet another stern warning to the US about House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's proposed visit to Taiwan. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
Hi, I'm Micah Hanks, host of the Micah Hanks program, where every week we go in search of the most unusual things that our world has to offer. From unexplained aerial phenomena and ancient mysteries to the latest in science and technology, on every episode we take you down the rabbit hole with expert interviews from scientists and authors to those who have firsthand experience with the uncanny. Join us every Wednesday at 10 p.m. right here on KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7 looking at 724. Something changed over the weekend. It sounds like I'm broadcasting from a beer can. Quite sure what it is.
I was going to say if you drank beer, I'd start to worry.
Yeah. And Val, my sister Val, joining us this morning. Valerie Hunter, it looks like you have a swirling aurora borealis behind you.
I'm going for the Northern Lights look today.
Wow, that's fancy. It's actually like moving behind you.
Yeah.
A little bonus for our online viewers. And then for live from the studios of KCHW, it's Michelle Williams. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, everybody.
Here's something I've always wanted to say. Good morning, ladies. Let's start off with a little weather. 97-inch Wheeler for a high temperature today. You ready for that? Wow.
We don't have a choice, do we?
No. Michelle, any preparations for the heat this week?
Just there's not really a whole lot I can do. Just planning lots of trips to the water, I think.
I usually do like the freezy blue plastic things for my seat in my car. So I can set on.
Oh,
Try it.
Okay.
Try it. See how far you can go before you have to stop the car and get off them. Wednesday, 100. Thursday, 102. Friday, 103. Saturday, 102. Sunday, 100. And then it looks like it's going to drop back off into low 90s, upper 80s for the following week. But you guys got a warm one. Wow.
Yeah, that's a little bit lower than what it said yesterday. We were looking at 105 on Friday yesterday, but then after that, Sunday wasn't going to break 100, so we're a little bit lower, but our hot stretch is a little bit longer.
Well, those weekend meteorologists don't get paid as much as the other guys.
Oh, that's what it is.
79 here in Lincoln for a high temperature, sunny, and then a few clouds in the afternoon, and 56 for an overnight. Well, I get temperatures in the 80s all week. Woo-hoo. Whoop, whoop.
80s are perfect for me during the summer.
They are. I think the highest it gets this week is 87, and a few partly cloudy days. We get rain like every 3 days, no matter what, so that's kind of nice. But it's looking a little thin this week. The highest I see is a 25% chance of rain. So, out here in the very wet state of Maine with our giant mosquitoes. So, Val, are you all recovered from your surgery?
Oh, pretty much, I think. Still. My knee's still a little bit swollen and still kind of bothers me going up and down stairs. But other than that, and I had a pre-op yesterday, and he said everything's looking good. So.
All right. And Val is lying about knee surgery. I'm going to go ahead and play a clip from the doctor and his assistant.
Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you won't be angry?
I will not be angry.
Abby someone.
Abby someone. Abby who?
Abby normal.
You want to fix that story, Val?
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, I still see a sound effect up here from last week, and I love this one. I think it fits the heat so good. I'm going to play it again.
It's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice.
Yes, accurate.
Milk is not good on a hot day. I wonder if you like packed it with ice. If that'd be okay.
Like, so it's like super chilled.
Yeah, super chilled milk.
I don't know. It doesn't even sound good unless it's like a milkshake or
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is milk bad on a hot day, but ice cream's just fine?
Difference between cream and milk? I don't know.
I was going to say consistency.
The thicker, the cooler.
A level of coldness.
I want to start off with a superhero video today. This is a real superhero. A man in Zhejiang province in China has gone viral after he was seen on video catching a toddler who fell out of a 6th floor apartment window. You guys heard about this?
No.
No.
Wow.
All right, so I've got the video footage. Let's see if I can get it up and play it for everybody, because this is outstanding. This is a bonus if you're watching, and this is some outstanding video. All right, I think I have it. There you go. All right, watch this, you guys. You can see he almost falls. See him slip on the sidewalk there.
Oh my gosh.
And him and his wife or girlfriend or whatever it is. Now watch the kid from the top window all the way down 6 stories, and boom, husband and wife catch the baby.
Wow. So did they like happen to glance up and see that this baby was playing in the window or something?
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
they
then
must
kind of
have.
hanging
Oh,
on.
wow.
You could see it hangs on for a second before it falls out the window. It's a toddler and definitely not a baby.
My gosh. Yeah.
But he looks to be
Who
like
said
a
that,
good
eh?
35, 40 pounds, so that's a lot to catch.
Yeah.
But they do.
It is. Wow.
And I like how
Wow.
he slips on the pavement there. Maybe it looks like it might be wet, and he almost bites it, but regains his balance and catches the baby.
Man,
That's
that is-
incredible.
that is
Well,
some-
I mean, what you happen to be looking up right at the right moment, and oh my gosh, how terrifying!
Yeah, imagine the alternative if they wouldn't have seen.
Ugh.
Right? Oh goodness, scary. And you having to judge exactly where?
Where the kids,
Where
you
he's-
can see him watching. I got it.
Yeah. Oh my
Look.
gosh. Well,
Baby's falling from the sky.
if you haven't seen this, you got to Google it, I guess, because
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's on
Okay.
Twitter. Pretty amazing. Or like if you're listening on the radio later today, since it's on the beginning of the show, you could log on to Facebook or YouTube and pick up see this video as well. Pretty amazing. And hats off to that guy and his girlfriend or his wife or whoever it was with him there, catching that kid. Totally.
Oh, crazy.
That's a pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
scary stuff.
It's a pretty amazing like judge of distance and depth perception there on that. As you can see, he's like juggling around, himself looking up, trying to see where that baby's gonna land.
It wouldn't work
Yeah.
with me for one good eye. Sorry, I tried.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
And
I
could you
can't catch a
imagine trying?
baseball? I can't imagine catching a baby.
Yeah. And imagine trying and how horrible it would be if you messed up or he still
Oh.
got hurt. So
Yeah, I was thinking
Tragedy.
that too. Yeah.
tragedy averted. There's still good people out there. Look at that, putting themselves on the line. Somebody else that has put themselves on the line in the news today, and that's Republican Cheney. Liz Cheney, she's her own party is like a lot of them are unhappy with her. And they're kind of, I guess she says Trump is preying on his supporters by pushing 2020 election line. Now, this is, of course, from the interviews that have been going on. The patriotism of many Americans was turned into a weapon, she says, during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol by former president who continues to prey on his supporters. Cheney is the vice chair of the January 6th House Select Committee investigating the attack, and of course a Republican. She delivered a forceful and sober final statement at the conclusion of nearly a 3-hour hearing on Capitol Hill. Republican Congresswoman from Wyoming, who might even lose her seat because of what she's been doing, but she stuck to her guns. She addressed her comments to those who are skeptical of the committee's work, which includes many voters in her own home state. She said the case against Donald Trump in these hearings is not made by witnesses who were his political enemies. It is instead a series of confessions by Donald Trump's own appointees, his friends, his own campaign officials, people who worked for him for years, the Secret Service, and his own family. Cheney made a distinction between Trump and his supporters, noting that many who voted for the former president would eagerly defend the country with their own lives. She said Donald Trump knows that millions of Americans who support him would stand up and defend our nation were it threatened. They would put their lives and their freedom at stake to protect America. But she said on January 6th of 2021, Trump turned their love of country into a weapon against our Capitol and our Constitution. She said Trump is now even preying on their patriotism by continuing to insist he somehow won the 2020 election, despite no evidence to support the baseless claims. The 9 hearings so far, she said, have shown that Donald Trump's plan to falsely claim victory in 2020, no matter what the facts actually were, was premeditated. The hearing Thursday showed evidence that Trump did nothing to stop the violence on January 6th, that Vice President Mike Pence actually called in police and military units to shut down the riot, and that Trump rejected calls from his family and his aides to call off the mob until he knew the attack would be repelled by law enforcement. Cheney closed her comments by asking Americans to consider the gravity of allowing Trump back into power again. She said every American must consider this. Can a president who is willing to make the choices Donald Trump made during the violence of January 6th ever be trusted with any position of authority in our great nation? Cheney is facing the possibility of losing her seat in Congress if she loses the August 16th primary in Wyoming to a Republican challenger who has parroted Trump's lies about the 2020 election. But her words Thursday demonstrated a resolve on her part to continue waging a battle for what she called the soul of the Republican Party. Cheney was stripped of her leadership position in the House Republican Conference last year. She vowed then to stop Trump from being reelected. She said, I will do everything I can to ensure the former president never again gets anywhere near the Oval Office. If Cheney loses her congressional seat, and even if she wins, she's likely to run for president in 2024 in order to keep making the case that Trump is unfit to lead the GOP, much less the nation. Cheney ended the hearings Thursday by making clear that the committee's work is not done and that there will be more hearings after Labor Day.
I loved that they showed her debating her opponent, and she just said to the audience, she goes, I will not compromise my ideals and ethics to get your vote. And I thought that was really, she feels that what she's doing is right, and regardless of whether she's reelected or not. And I thought that showed a lot of integrity. But it was interesting with the hearings. It was like this season cliffhanger. We'll be back in September with more information, and it was like this huge cliffhanger.
Well, I tend to lean left, but after watching her in action, she's a Republican I could vote for.
I've said the same thing.
So there you go. She could definitely maybe recover what some of that property, what some of the Republicans have lost through all this. Are we cutting you off, Michelle?
You know me, I don't get involved in the political stuff.
Just making sure we didn't step on your feet. All right, more headlines along that same line. Another one, the head of Trump's protective detail, this is the Secret Service, there when the former president wanted to be taken to the Capitol on January 6th, is among the 24 Secret Service members whose January 5th and 6th texts have been deleted.
If we want to, go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, that was awfully convenient.
All right. On not necessarily the lighter side, Pat Benatar is refusing to sing a song in her current tour, and her fans are kind of upset about it. What's the song that she won't sing? Hit Me With Your Best Shot. She said the reason, and this is a USA Today interview, she says, we're not doing Hit Me With Your Best Shot, and fans are having a heart attack over it. She said, I'm sorry, in deference to the victims and families of these recent mass shootings, I'm not singing that song. I tell them if they want to hear it, go home and listen to it. The lyrics of the 1980 song suggest it was about a physical fight. Put up your dukes, let's get down to it. She sang in the first verse, but then she sings in the chorus, hit me with your best shot, fire away. And she says it's just inappropriate at this present time in our history.
Well, well, good for her for having that conviction. And yeah, because some people could take it wrong. I mean, we always thought of it as not a physical. I always thought of it as not a physical fight, but that emotional war you can have in a relationship sometimes. But people take things crazily, so more power to her.
Apparently, racism running wild in North Carolina in the city of Kenly. It's a town about 2,000 residents. The city had hired a city manager. So instead of a mayor, it's a city manager. And just a little shy of 2 months after she has taken the job, their entire police force has quit. Surprisingly enough, they're all white.
Oh goodness. Where was this again?
Kenly, North Carolina.
Okay.
Just added to my places that I won't visit.
Right.
Oh.
Have you heard about the former soccer star, the U.S. soccer star Hope Solo?
No.
All over the news, pleaded guilty to a charge of driving while impaired on Monday. We're calling her actions the worst mistake of my life. She was found in the daytime in a parking lot, passed out drunk behind the wheel with her kids in the car.
Oh,
neat.
no.
Yeah. And marijuana in her system, too. So she was 3 times the legal limit and also had THC in her system. Yeah, it's kind of attention you don't want.
I would imagine that you might be facing some sort of criminal charges at that point, too, wouldn't you? I mean,
Yeah.
child endangerment, something like that.
They gave her misdemeanor child endangerment. I think that's a little light, actually.
I do, too.
And she still has her kids.
Wow.
I didn't look what state it had happened in.
Yeah.
A drunken state.
What state?
A drunken state.
Happened in the state of drunkenness. All right. Moving along this morning, let's head for bits and breaks. I've got some fun for you, Michelle. You're going to kick it off with what is your best swear word alternative? And Michelle's, yours is?
Mother monkeys.
Oh, I thought it was, oh, my Lanta.
Oh, no. I don't think when I'm really trying not to swear, it gets really weird. Because
So
I get
when
weird ones.
when you do the one when I say something inappropriate and you go, oh, my Lanta, it really, really reminds me of my grandma.
Is that a good grandma or a mean grandma? I'm not sure how to take that.
You don't want to be a grandma yet, do you?
Good God, no.
Okay, so
I have teenagers. Don't even say that to me.
Sorry, grandma. I'll only say it when you make fun of me and say, oh, my Lanta, then. All right, some swear word alternatives, Michelle.
All right. We've got barnacles, biscuits, slug in a ditch, sun on the beach, sugar honey iced tea, and tartar sauce.
Ooh.
Tartar sauce.
Sassafras.
I think that might be my favorite. Well, barnacles is up there too.
Yeah.
Val, I know you like to just say them, but any alternatives?
Mine, I guess the one I can think of right off the top of my head, because I have several, but the one I can think of is God bless America.
Oh, I do that one too.
All right.
So
My favorite one is the one from that sci-fi show. But I don't like to say it because it sounds too much like the same word, the word that you're covering it up with. But Battlestar Galactica, they had a swap out for the F word.
Oh.
I don't even like saying that. All right, Val. I had sent you to a special place for yours. Do you have it ready?
You know what? Where did it go? It was here just a second ago. Oh, I got it.
All right, killer quotes from Val.
Killer quotes. This is from Albert Einstein. He said, "It's not that I'm smart. It's just that I stay with a problem longer."
I like that.
All right, Jeffrey Benjamin. Who's that? Says, "Waiting for someone else to make you happy is the surest way to be sad."
Oh,
I
yes.
like that one. I like that one. And Mary Pickford says, this thing we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
So if you get back up, it's okay.
If you get back up, yes. Those are good ones.
All right. I got some trading for you guys since you got such a hot week there in Washington. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Of course, it affects our bodies, our minds. It can even affect your wallet. Yes, it's humidity. Relative humidity compares the actual water vapor with the amount of water the air can absorb at a certain temperature. The warmer the air, the more water it can hold. 90-degree air can soak up almost twice as much moisture as 70-degree air.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, probably you guys are not going to see, since haven't had any rain in a while, you're not going to see too much humidity. It says in one day, a 5-acre forest can release 20,000 gallons of water.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Trees sweat.
Yeah, I guess. We very seldom have humidity in our area. And we don't even go as far as saying it's humid. We say it's muggy because that's the level. We don't reach the level of humidity, just mugginess.
20,000 gallons of water. To put that in perspective, that's enough to fill an average swimming pool. That's how much. What did it say? 5 acres of forest.
5 acres. Wow.
Other causes of humidity include oceans, plants, clothes dryers, even our breath, which sends nearly a pint of moist air into the atmosphere every time we exhale. Really? Pint of moisture.
Wow.
I like that analogy. Humidity is just tree sweat.
Well, and a little bad breath, apparently. Just say it. How it affects your body. On-the-job accidents increase as the humidity increases. We get more migraine headaches, ulcer attacks, blood clots, and skin rashes. Hospitals are inundated with more cases of dizziness, stomach aches, chest pains, cramps, and blurred or double vision. Our appearances take a beating. Oily skin breaks out, curly hair gets frizzy, and straight hair wilts. Thanks to swelling from water retention, humidity can even be to blame for making us look fatter.
Excellent.
I'm not chunky. It's just humid out.
Right.
All right. You know, we had a lot of that this weekend because the town I live in, Lincoln, had their kind of Chautauqua celebration, which started on Thursday. And I noticed lots of ambulances because our temperatures were right around 90 and lots of sunshine and very high humidity. And you could just tell it was hitting people. They were hunting for shade. And then it made me feel like after watching the whole thing over the weekend and attending several events, I really missed Chautauqua.
I missed Chautauqua too.
This was their event was. They don't have a town that's laid out as wonderful as Chewelah and having that big city park. This town's basically an L, and it was the messiest. And they've been putting it on for a while. What a horribly put. I'm sorry, I hope nobody from Lincoln's listening. Horribly put together event. Absolutely horrible. They had 2 different places for music to play, but the way they scheduled the bands was like ridiculous. So I went to see the headliner Saturday night, and it was more of like coffee shop music. I mean, that's how mellow it was. They were great, and it was great, and a real Spanish flavor to it and stuff. But it was not a Saturday night headliner where you'd have especially in a rural place like this. They had a country band Friday night, so I was kind of expecting the same thing on Saturday, and yeah, it was really bad. Nobody was dancing or enjoying it. The music was good, but the timing of that group was, I would say, was horrible. And I looked over and I said, the last thing that was going to happen was fireworks. And I looked over to Lindsay and I said, I'm guessing because this was like everyone in the entire county was in this school football field. And I said, it must be a really good fireworks show because there are thousands and thousands of people here. And it was. So everything the whole weekend was lame, in my opinion. But that fireworks show was amazing. It was 15 to 20 minutes nonstop with several things exploding at the same time the entire 20 minutes. I'd never seen really that good of a fireworks display.
Well, now you know where
That's
their
pretty
funding
cool.
went.
Say that again, Michelle. We cut you off.
I said, now you know where the funding went for the whole festival.
Yeah, I think they must have put in just because watching what fireworks cost this year to just do 5 minutes of fireworks. I'm guessing that was probably $10,000 worth of fireworks or more. Is pretty amazing. So hats off to the ending of their big weekend, but I could definitely critique them. But you can't show up to a meeting and critique because then they make you volunteer.
You don't get to put your or give your input unless you're willing to make changes yourself. And
Exactly. All right, moving along this morning, Bits and Breaks with Michelle. A job interview fails. These are always fun. Bad things people thought to do at a job interview.
Okay. We recently took a poll. Managers around the country and business owners have shared some of their worst job interview fails. One guy says, we had an interviewee show up 10 minutes late, tell us our clock was wrong, take it off the wall and adjust it. After he left, we just put it back at the original time.
Something I'd do.
Wow. Oh, glad we didn't hire that narcissist. Anyway, the interviewee didn't show, and about 2 hours after he called, he said he'd been hit by a car. We decided to give him the benefit of the doubt and arranged another day. The day arrives and he didn't turn up again. We got a call from him a little while later saying he'd broken his tooth on an almond and couldn't come because he had to rush to a dentist. We decided to try one more time. And that time, the guy turned up drunk.
Wow. And we hired him anyway.
Oh.
His name's Scott.
They're the government. They'll hire anybody.
That's right.
All right. A young woman with an impressive-looking resume showed up with her mom in tow and actually expected mom to come into the interview.
Val.
because I knew if they weren't going to hire me, my mom would have chewed their behind.
Oh, this one's great. I wonder if it was in Florida. A guy dropped a bag of meth while taking something else out of his pocket. He actually could have gotten away with it as the interviewer was something like 80% blind. However, he said, "Oh, sorry," to which the interviewer replied, "For what?" His answer, "I dropped my meth." Like, no biggie. Just scrape some drugs up off your floor real quick.
Could you even be on meth and make it through a job interview?
Not without tweaking, you wouldn't think.
It depends. It depends. Like, if you got severe ADHD and you're not medicated, maybe. You know?
Balances out.
Right? Well, kind of, but you're doing the... Never. Anyways. Okay. Moving right along. When I was a teenager, I worked at a chain pizza restaurant. A guy came in for an interview and seemed nice enough. He turned around to leave and had a tattoo of a pot leaf with the word cannabis on his head. Not cannabis. Cannabis.
Somebody can't spell.
So was it him or the tattoo artist?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Before sitting down across from me for the interview, a woman sticks her leg out in my direction and points to a scab on her leg. It was clearly infected and has been picked at. She then proceeded to ask for my opinion about it and if I thought she should see a doctor. She then left and didn't have lunch with the guy that dropped the meth.
And then she says, "Can I use your phone?" And he says, "Yeah, you can keep it." I'm not going to want to touch it after you did. Picky.
She was just letting her know that if she was hired, she was going to need to have some time off to take care of that thing.
Ew. All right. Here comes Val with bad habits that are actually good for us. And I believe you do all of these, don't you, Val?
All of them at once.
Okay. I want to see that trick.
No, you don't. No, you know you.
Biting nails. It says it actually boosts your immune system. The theory is introducing new bacteria into your body could help your immune response recognize it in the future. Stop doing that, Scott. Chewing gum, it actually sharpens your memory. It raises levels of stress hormone cortisol, which keeps you on your toes and concentrating for longer. Unless you're popping your gum and everybody around you wants to sharpen more than your memory. Not tidying up. Oh, goodness. I like this one. It's a sign of intelligence. Smarter people don't waste time tidying up or organizing things. The chaotic, I can't say it. The chaotic clutter also boosts creativity.
Chaotic clutter. I've been really upset since I moved because one of the things I never did was fold laundry. Now, certain things, it's like I get nice shirts on a hanger and that type of stuff. But other than that, I'm not going to waste my time. I buy all the same socks so that I never have to fold them in pairs. They can just go in a drawer and you can reach in and just grab 2 socks. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Yeah.
Right. And then for my towels, I had in the bathroom, I had a chest of drawers, and I just shoved all the towels and sheets in the drawers. And I think I've told this story on the radio before, but one of the kids was over spending the weekend, and she was taking a shower, and she said, "Dad, where are the towels?" And I said, "They're in that dresser in the bathroom." And she said, "No, where are the clean towels?" Because they're all wadded up and shoved in a drawer, and like I'd store them there like that or something. And I said, "Those are the clean towels. Once I passed 50, I decided I'm never folding a towel again." Well, I don't have as much space in drawers and stuff here, so I'm back to folding towels, and it makes me mad.
Oh, you're an angry folder.
Yes, I hate it. Folding's a waste of time.
That's how I feel about making your bed. Waste of time. You're just going to mess it up again. And yeah.
Who's going to see it?
Exactly.
I say that every time I look at my bed.
Nobody's going to see it anyway.
Nobody's going to see this.
I like this one, slouching, because, we had a mother that would tell you to sit up straight. Slouching is actually good for your joints. After hard physical work, leaning forward for a bit can benefit your spine, says University Hospital of North Tees. The position helps stop back stiffness. I'm having trouble today. The position helps stop back stiffness by allowing fluid to grease up spinal discs.
Can you do that whole sentence again?
The position helps stop back stiffness by allowing fluid to grease up spinal discs.
See, you can talk.
I can talk. Being late, I don't know. It might make you happy, but it makes everybody around you crazy. But evidently, those with a relaxed approach to timekeeping are likely to have lower stress levels, says a study by Harvard Medical School. They are also more likely to lead a healthier, happier lifestyle.
You hear that, Trevor?
I said it might make...
You hear it? He's forever telling me that I'm late to everything. I'm like, not really. What's a couple minutes? It's fine.
You're never late to the radio.
Well, I'm later than I want to be.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm here on time, but I want to be here at like 5:30, and I'm like here at 6:15, so.
Okay.
That's kind of late, but not.
We make it on.
Yeah, we've been pretty well on time most of the time.
All right.
Oh, sleeping in. Scott, you probably like this one. It helps you live longer. Sleeping has been found to reduce stress and boost your brain and memory, so you stay fitter for longer too. Not getting enough sleep can also increase your risk of car accidents and heart disease.
See, and that's why I'm late.
You're sleeping in. You're late and sleeping in, which, is doubly good for you then.
I'm a multitasker.
There you go. Peeing in the shower. It cleans your feet. Urine contains uric acid and ammonia, so having a leak as you lather can prevent fungal infections in your feet. But bad news is, if you have a cut, you could get a bacterial infection.
Who's going to admit to this? And now we know exactly why feet smell, don't we?
Right.
Oh,
I can tell you're
fidget-
someone who pees in the shower.
Your feet stink. Fidgeting, because it keeps you slim, fidgeting can burn 10 times more calories than keeping still, says research from London's Mayo Clinic, which explains why my husband can eat 3/4 of a gallon of ice cream at night and still not be overweight. It's because his leg never stops jiggling.
I had like a sleep apnea test, and he said when I got done there, I guess what would you call him, the worker that was doing it, and he goes, so watching you all night, you have a mild case of a sleep apnea. He goes, but something that you have that you might not be aware of is you have like the worst case of restless legs I've ever seen. He said, your little legs are running all night long. And I said, that's why I always wake up so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then finally swearing. It relieves pain. Keele University found participants in a study could withstand pain longer if they let a curse word fly out of their lips. It boosted pain tolerance by 33%.
Interesting.
Barnacles.
God bless America.
Monkeys.
What'd you say, monkeys?
Mother monkeys.
All right. Things that are going to happen in your lives, ladies.
Okay.
Get ready for this. You will, in your whole lifetime, okay, you will down 86 million calories.
Oh, sometimes I feel like I did it all in one night.
Your heart will beat 3 billion times. Your mouth will generate 10,000 gallons of saliva.
How many gallons?
10,000.
10,000?
Oh. You'll blink 434 million times. On average, you'll drive 798,000 miles. You'll spend 37,000 hours of your life inside a car. You'll sit at a standstill in traffic for over 4,000 hours. And you'll spend 9,100 hours commuting to and from work.
Unless you work right out of your bedroom.
It could change things. Yeah, these could be adjusted. This is average. So you'll walk 35,000 miles in your lifetime. You'll spend 18,000 hours talking with others and speak 73 million words. I might be over that already. You'll spend 5,365 hours on the phone. You'll read for over 20,000 hours. You'll watch 9 years worth of television, including 2 million TV commercials.
Oh my gosh.
You'll hold an average of 12 jobs and work 122,000 hours. Wow. You'll live in 11.7 different homes. What have you lived in, Val? Like 2?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe.
But since you're an adult, you've only lived in 2 homes, right?
Correct.
All right. You'll sleep 217,000 hours. I like the sound of that.
You've gone over that too.
I think I slept so much when I was younger because I realized I wouldn't be able to sleep much at all when I got older.
Oh, that's it.
I was trying to balance it out there. All right. I think we made it through all of our bits and breaks, and that means it's time for you two girls to put up your dukes and go head to head. Here we go.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
And what do smart people do in the shower?
Pee on their feet.
Wait. I'll be right back.
All right. First question is a trivia question. Round 1 in 10 adults say this annual event is the most stressful thing they do all year.
Christmas dinner.
No, surprisingly.
Oh. Annual events, most stressful thing they do all year. Oh, now that is Christmas shopping?
I used to get,
Taxes?
not taxes. I used to get totally stressed out about getting ready for this because it takes a lot of planning.
Oh, vacation.
Vacation, there you go. All right.
Wow.
Experts say if you go without sleep for 10 days straight, this is likely what'll happen.
You will die.
That's right, Michelle. All right. Spy the lie. 12 U.S. states have a coastline. Bamboo can grow as much as 35 inches a day. The opposite sides of a dice cube always add up to 7. Which one's the lie?
Oh, goodness. I know bamboo can grow a lot, but I'm thinking 35 inches in a day is a lot. So I'm going to call that one.
All right, Michelle?
I almost feel like there's more than 12 states with a coastline. Yeah, I think there's more.
All right, Michelle takes the win there. 12 U.S. states with a coastline? No, just think about it. There's like 30 U.S. states with a coastline along the ocean, or at least one of the Great Lakes.
Mm.
Oh, I was kind of, I wasn't thinking the lakes. Okay.
Let's see. The opposites, and then, of course, the opposite sides of a dice cube always add up to 7 is true. That's crazy.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes. I'm going to skip that brain teaser because it hurt just trying to think about it. About 8% of us say we would never do this on the street.
That's a loaded question there, Scott. I would never pee on my feet in the street. It's only in the shower while I'm drinking a beer.
Oh, I guess we were way off.
On the street. You're both wrong. Let's say you'd have to bend over to do this.
Tie your shoes?
8% of us say they'd never do this on the street.
To bend over to do it? Exercise? Reach on down and touch your toes. How long since you looked at those? I don't know.
Wow, nice song. Let's see. If it was valuable enough, they might do it.
Oh, pick up a penny?
Yeah, that's it. It says they'd only reach stop to pick up change off the street. People on average would only reach for the money if it was $1 or more. Right? But that's only 8% of us. So, all right. Frederick Bauer's ashes were buried in his own invention, and his invention was a type of snack.
And what was his name again?
Frederick Bauer, B-A-U-R.
Oh.
His ashes were buried in his own invention. He invented a very famous snack that is very unique looking.
Bugles.
No. I'm talking about the packaging.
Oh, the packaging. Pringles?
Yes. How'd you know that?
I was just thinking of the can. It would be great to put your ashes in.
I like Michelle's in the back. She's leaning back like this with her arms behind her head going, yeah, I'm not going to even scoot up to the mic until I know the answer.
I was thinking, and in my head, I was like, that is a horrible trick. It's a horrible trick. Put your ashes in a snack container. That's not nice.
Look at these Pringles. They're powdered. I'll eat them anyway.
Right? He's like, he got the last laugh. That's not fair.
All right. To spy the lie, as a flock of doves. What? A flock of doves. Wow. Can I start over too, Val? A flock of doves is called a flight. Polytexture is a thin film used to seal the tar to the underside of roofing shingles. Americans spend $1.5 billion a year on romance novels.
I will go with the romance novel one.
All right, Michelle?
Polychronopolis?
I can't believe you got that. You know why that one's a lie? Because polytexture is a word I just made up. That's dirty, isn't it? All right, let's try again. Spy the lie. Ben and Jerry learned how to make ice cream by taking a $5 correspondence course. Around the world each year, 100 people choke to death on pens. And before auditioning Robert Pattinson for the role of Batman, producers first tried to convince George Clooney to come back to the role. Which one's the lie?
The first one.
$5.
I'm going to say the pens. I'm going to say the pens because I think more people than that choke on pens.
So you think people are dumber than that? Like more people are that dumb, I guess is what I should say. More people are that dumb than 100.
No, around the world each year, about 100 people do choke to death on pens. The rest of them live.
Okay. All right.
So you're just that dumb. You just have a better gag reflex.
Oh, shouldn't put that so far down there. That doesn't taste good at all. Why'd I have it in my mouth?
My breath isn't even new colors.
Well, first they itch their ear with it, then they put it in their mouth. Oh. Ben and Jerry did learn how to make ice cream by taking a correspondence course for $5. So your lie there was they did not try to get George Clooney to revisit the role of Batman. He was horrible at it.
I guess we should.
Well, so was Pattinson. He was awful. Worst Batman movie ever.
Here's a question I had. I did enjoy parts of it because it was different. But here's my thing is, why did they grease his hair down with lard for the entire movie?
I don't know.
That's what it looked like.
Maybe his
hope
head
they
was
get somebody else next time. That was awful.
Maybe his head was too big for the thingy.
Because his hair was poofy, so they larded him.
Yeah, so it'd slide on and off better.
Cut! Pattinson needs more lard on his head.
Grease him up. Grease him up.
I know he's kind of supposed to be that kind of that tortured soul and all that, but it was ridiculously over the top.
Doesn't mean you don't.
And what did he say? It was like 10 words he said in the whole movie too.
Huh? I don't remember him talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Awful.
I haven't.
Not quite that bad.
I haven't seen the movie, but I don't think I want to now.
Oh, we ruined it for her. Good job, Val. Good job.
My work here is done. See you
All right.
later.
I don't know why that's playing. Sorry. Michael popped in today on Facebook and said, I just woke up to the Liz Cheney show. Did we miss the Hunter Biden expose?
Right?
Yeah, we file Hunter Biden under people who should be in jail but aren't. Parents never made it that easy for us, did they, Val?
No,
not at all.
I'm really glad that my parents didn't make it okay or easy for me to have a 22-year cocaine crack addiction and not do anything.
You know, I would have appreciated it, though, if my parents would have gotten me a job where I didn't have to do anything. All right, fun and games. 50% of those who like this stuff would rather gain 10 pounds than give it up.
Ice cream.
Say that again.
Ice cream.
And I said chocolate.
And you're both wrong.
Alcohol.
Michelle, you skipped it today.
Coffee.
Breakfast?
What'd you say?
Coffee.
Coffee's it. 55% of those who like this stuff would rather gain 10 pounds than give it up. I don't want to gain 10 pounds, but I ain't giving it up.
You know, it's funny because, like, those similar types of questions regarding coffee and weight gain have come up, and I always don't even think of coffee because it makes me move around so much that I never associate it with getting fat.
I guess if you're using lots of sugar.
Which I do. I don't know.
I heard Splenda's bad for you, but I found that a mix of Splenda and stevia is the perfect sugar replacement. And that's what I use in my coffee.
See, I like a little coffee with my cream.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's my issue, huh?
But cream's pretty low in carbs, unless you drink the whole half
very low in
gallon.
carbs.
Yeah. So I don't think that's adding too much to your problem. All right. Only 3% of men say they've never, ever owned one of these. Only 3% of men have never owned one of these.
A boat?
A shaver.
Those are both good answers, but not true.
Oh, I've never ever owned one of these.
And I can't think of a hint that wouldn't give it away. It's pretty common.
Like a car?
A pair of Crocs.
Please let me say there's more than 3%.
Gym shorts.
Oh, bicycle shorts. Bicycle shorts.
And it's not Speedo, because we're looking for a low number. 3% of men say they've never owned these. I complain about women a lot having these.
Jogs?
Oh, a pet.
A pet. That's right. That's right. 3% of men have never owned a pet. That's really low. So, wow.
It is really low.
People like fluffies.
I suppose when you put the word pet out there, though, it could be anything. It could be a fish. All right. Let's see. Last trivia question. If you lose one of these, it'll take about 4 to 8 weeks to grow back.
A fingernail?
No. That takes like a year.
Yeah. Something that you're really going to miss, or would it go fairly unnoticed, like a eyelash?
It is an eyelash. So it isn't like an eyelash. It's actually an eyelash.
An eyelash. Okay.
An eyelash.
4 to 6 weeks, really?
Yeah. That's pretty good. I wonder if that's faster than your hair grows or about the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, one of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob when Squidward knits him a sweater out of eyelashes. And Squidward says, "Why is it so itchy?" And he says, "'Cause it's eyelashes." I think it kind of tickle you in a nice way.
I want to know why an eyelash in your eye, though, feels like you have a small tree limb.
Sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why does it feel like you're going to go blind?
Uh-huh.
And why don't you see them coming?
Right.
They're right there.
Why don't you see them at all?
Yeah. All right, duck and cover because we will be back. We'll have local birthdays, too. Stick around, find out who's having a birthday, who maybe had one yesterday. And, of course, we always end the show with odd news and some more fun for you, too, if you come back right here. Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7 Chihuahua.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, this is the news from rural America. Those who live in rural America saw their disposable income drop, on average, twice as much proportionately as city folk in the past year.
After all your bills are paid, what's left over in your bank account for rural households that shrank by 40%.
David Peters at Iowa State University analyzed data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. The biggest factor for rural residents? The high cost of fuel.
Rural households have to travel further for work, for school, shopping for daily needs.
Across America, people are buying EVs, electric vehicles, at a record pace. That's still only about 6% of the cars sold, but more charging stations could supercharge that. Charge West is installing fast charging stations every 50 miles along scenic and rural highways in 8 western states.
It's an opportunity for us to imagine electrified transportation fully and to know that we can travel with range confidence to our destinations and be able to return.
Tammy Bostic is with Utah's Clean Cities Coalition, a group of 21 city, state, and federal partners. It's the first fast charging project launched with funding from the $2.5 billion infrastructure law. In the Bluegrass State, the University of Kentucky is celebrating year 1 of a unique scholarship. Here's Anya Slepian.
Housed in the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environment, the scholarship, which is the first of its kind in the region, supports LGBTQ identifying students. Working with other employees of the College of Agriculture, Seth Riker was the driving force behind creating the fund.
Speaking as a closeted kid who grew up on a rural Kentucky farm, I know how important it is to share this message that I needed 20 years ago, and that is, you are not alone and you belong here.
The scholarship and the message it sends is especially important given the challenge of feeding the world in a changing climate, according to Riker.
It is absolutely inexcusable to have bigotry and ignorance impeding tomorrow's leaders.
I'm Anya Slepian.
A majority of U.S. novels are set in New York City, and that's an issue for educators using books to help students explore their own culture. Dr. Shay Parton is the founder of Literacy in Place.
Because story is identity and identity is story.
Parton runs an online archive of rural literature. She wants more middle and high school curricula that speaks directly to young students in the heartland. Her message resonated with a classroom of teachers in training at Morehead State University. According to Professor Allison Ruby, her students left Parton's lecture more motivated to empower their future students with rural stories.
Many of them said that they really wish they had read more literature that represented their hometowns in a more positive light.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Roz Brown. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
At New Health, we provide exceptional medical and dental care to the residents of Stevens, Pend Oreille, and Ferry counties. With clinics in Northport, Ione, Colville, Chewelah, Loon Lake, Springdale, and 9 Mile Falls, our care teams are here to support you on your health journey. We offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits, as well as curbside pharmacy pickup and medication mailing options. Curbside COVID-19 tests and vaccinations are also available. New patients are welcome, and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That number again is 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit our website at newhealth.org for more information. New Health, bringing healthcare to communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
Yes, man's worst fear. Fire. Those wimpy little smoke alarms and fire buzzers won't do the trick when you're fast asleep. That's why you need the Gary Moore smoke alarm. That's right. No one sleeps through this. The Gary Moore smoke alarm. Only $19.95 at stores and fanfares near you.
Fire! Welcome back. It's KCHW 102.7. I bet you guys don't even know who Gary Morse is.
I do not.
Any guesses?
Some kind of an announcer?
Some kind of what?
Announcer?
No. He was actually, I don't know, late 80s, 90s singer. There he is, all covered in sweat.
I was going to say that. That guy is really perspires a lot. Holy moly.
He does. He does. Look how much he's sweating. All right. So he was like the first guy that did this horrible song.
Beneath my wings.
Yeah, Wind Beneath My Wings. He's like a singer nobody remembers.
You get that sweaty singing Wind Beneath My Wings?
He's not even moving. So can you hear it? Fire! Startling enough, though, he's actually better at that song than Bette Midler.
Oh, you did not go there.
I did go there. All right, let's bail from it, though, and here comes Michelle with local birthdays.
All right. So today there are actually no birthdays, but there is a happy anniversary to Mitch and Sherry Freeman. Yesterday, on the 25th, we did have a happy birthday for Lisa Jensen.
All right. So kind of light. All right. Applause, though, for Mitch and Sherry. There you go. Happy anniversary, you guys. All right. And let's move along celebrity birthdays with Val.
All right. Mick Jagger is 79 today. Oh, he looks like about 89. 99. Yeah, I was giving him 99.
Oh.
Helen Mirren from Academy Award. Or she got the Academy Award for The Queen. She is 77. Nana Visitor from Star Trek Deep Space Nine is 65. Kevin Spacey, 63. Sandra Bullock is 58. Jeremy Piven from Entourage and Mr. Selfridge is 57. Jason Statham is 55 today. TV host Chris Harrison, formerly on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, is 51. Kate Beckinsale, she was in The Aviator and Pearl Harbor, just to name a couple, is 49. New Zealand Prime Minister.
Her big thing was all the, what were those called? The Underworld.
Oh, yes.
All the vampire movies.
Yeah. So it was interesting that those are the two they brought up. But anyway, New Zealand Prime Minister Hinda. Anyway, the New Zealand Prime Minister is 42 today.
Nice.
Monica Raymond from Chicago Fire and Chicago PhD is 36. Singer and actress Taylor Momsen is 29. And finally, Thomasin McKenzie from Leave No Trace and Thomasin McKenzie is 22 today.
He's 22 and he has a show named after him?
Yeah, Thomasin. Huh, never heard of him.
Nope.
Can you imagine what it'd be like to live in New Zealand and have a politician leading your country that was 42?
Wow. Wouldn't that be incredible?
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Yeah, somebody that, doesn't have to worry about geriatric issues.
Yeah, you don't have to shake them and say, wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon. And it's 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Hey, does that mean that I could run for president there? Or Prime
Yeah.
Minister?
No walker necessary. So mean. Sorry. And I'd just like to say, Helen Mirren, hottest old lady ever. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
For 77, huh?
Oh, she's so hot. All right. There you go, ladies.
Now I'm going to have to look her up.
Oh, yeah.
Pilates.
All right. Check out those movies, Red, too. They're action movies, and they have older stars in there. And there's Red and Red 2.
Oh,
and,
yeah. I've watched
she's
those.
awesome in those. All right.
Yeah. She is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. 1984, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Oh, by the way, we're doing history. 1984, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson became the first network television program to be telecast in stereo.
Ooh, wow.
All right. 1991, Paul Pee Wee Herman Rubens, first guy to be in stereo. All right. Arrested in Sarasota, Florida, in a theater. We know the story.
He was the original Florida man.
He started it all.
His name was Pee Wee. I can't even believe anybody noticed. Was that wrong? All right. 2001, Jerusalem woman suffered chemical burns after spraying pesticide in her mouth when a flying cockroach landed on her tongue. Cockroaches fly?
Oh.
20-year-old Israeli burned her mouth, tongue, and vocal cords and needed hospital treatment. She said she hated cockroaches.
Who doesn't?
but perhaps loved raid. In the late novels.
I hate them so much I'm going to poison myself.
Die, cockroach. All right. 2003, Royal Bank of Scotland offered a gold credit card and the chance to earn air miles to a dog named Monty. Bank apologized after the owner declined on Monty's behalf.
Wow.
I can't say the name of the dog because I always pronounce it with a bad word, and I don't know if that's right. The little dog.
Shih Tzu?
Yes, thank you. Nobody was supposed to say it.
I made sure I said it very carefully.
You said it very carefully. All right, thank you very much. What'd you do to your shoe? All right, 2006. Jury in Houston found Andrea Yates not guilty by reason of insanity. Let's skip that one. 2010, over 92,000 classified documents detailing incidents related to the war in Afghanistan were released by WikiLeaks. And what was the problem? Why does everybody hate him? Oh, somebody let out the truth. All right. 2013.
Whistleblowers are never appreciated.
Yeah, I know. 2013 business. And people hate that about me in a theater too when I blow the whistle. 2013 business apparel company Ministry of Supply announced the creating of the perfect sock for those who suffer from smelly feet. Oh, back to that shower. Atlas Dress Sock was made from a unique cotton and recycled polyester blend, which is infused with carbonized coffee to keep the bad odor away.
Oh. Why don't you just put some coffee grounds in your sock?
Yeah. Well, Michelle, you're trying to cut back on the coffee. Why not just smell my feet?
Now introducing restless leg syndrome.
He kicked me in the face trying to smell his feet because I wanted some coffee. None of it makes any sense. 2017, 3 live king cobras were found inside of potato chip cans by custom officials in Los Angeles.
Are we back to Pringles again?
Yeah.
Man, we're just making all kinds of connections today.
It's weird. It keeps coming full circle.
It's kind of like those cans used to open up when that thing went flying, popping out of it. What were they called? Remember?
Snake in a can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the real version.
Yeah. That
Yes.
spits and bites.
Oh, yikes.
Who would you send that to for their birthday?
Oh.
Snake in a
I
can.
have thoughts in my head.
Snake in a can, now played by live actors.
Special events. It goes to Michelle Williams today.
All right. Today is Aunt and Uncle's Day, not Ant and Cockroaches Day. Coffee Milkshake Day, World Tofu Day, and Sharpen Your Pencils Day.
I have a number of the day, which is totally amazing. It's 7.5 billion, and that is the number of chickens we eat in the United States each year. 7.5
billion
dead chickens.
Isn't that very close to the number of people on the planet?
Yeah, a little higher, but yeah, so we eat as many people are on the planet in chickens every year.
Every person eats at least one chicken every year. I feel like that's a low number. I know I eat more than one chicken in a year, so maybe, well, there's vegetarians, so we're just making up for those leaf eaters.
Who? A what? Yep, they even have them in Stevens County. Can you believe that?
Vegetarians?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about chickens.
In Stevens County?
Yeah. I hear they're delicious. I'm sorry. I'm all for that vegetarian
I
thing.
think they taste a little fruity to me.
Oh, here we go. I got some chicken sound effects for you guys. I know how much you like them. Hold on.
I gave my love a chicken, it had no bone. Chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Yes. All right. Just kidding. It's okay to be vegetarian. I wish I was. A lot of times I think I'd be a lot healthier if I could make that. I've tried, but they just don't like the substitute vegetarian foods, the fake meats. They just don't taste good.
That's one thing I never understood. Like, if you're gonna be a vegetarian, why do you want fake meat? Like,
Because you need protein.
Well, yeah, but the protein is in the vegetables, and you're eating something that looks like or resembles meat in texture and flavor, and I think you're faking it.
I've never been able to get that fake stuff to actually taste good enough. I mean, I've made a lot of meals with it, trying to stay away from meat, and I can never make it taste good. It seems like, especially this one certain brand, which I won't say, whatever you cook, instead of that fake meat taking on that flavor, it adds that fake meat flavor to the dish you're cooking.
You gotta try taking those fake meat patties and frying them in bacon grease.
Oh, you're so cruel, Michelle. I love it. All right. We got a little bit of time before we head for today's odd news. This is kind of fun. These are dead people and what they left behind for their, I guess, wills. First one, everybody knows about her, Leona Hemsley, notorious New York hotelier. Right, she owned hotels. Nicknamed the Queen of Mean for her outrageous behavior. She died in 2007 of congestive heart failure at the age of 87. In her will, Helmsley left $12 million in a trust fund to Trubber, her Maltese dog. $10 million each to 2 of her 4 grandchildren. Nothing to the other 2.
Oh.
Grandma doesn't like you. Let's see. Nothing. Later, a judge reduced the sum left to Trouble to $2 million after the dog's caretaker, who earned $60,000 a year, testified that it would be enough to support the pup's lavish lifestyle for the rest of its life.
Oh my gosh!
I was gonna ask who got the dog.
Yeah, this guy, $60,000 a year to take care of a dog.
Wow.
All right. Born in 1748, Jeremy Bentham was an English philosopher, jurist, and social reformer who was instrumental in the founding of London University, today University College in London, is what it's called, I guess. Upon Bentham's death in 1832, his body was preserved as he requested in his will. Bentham wished to be embalmed, dressed, and placed in his chair in the attitude in which I am sitting when engaged in thought.
I heard about that.
The body remains on display in a glass case at the University College, London. Because Bentham's head was damaged during preservation, it is stored separately, and the body was fitted with a wax replica.
Jeez.
So, what's he really thinking about?
Wow. All right. Before celebrated comedian Jack Benny died of pancreatic cancer in October of 1974, he arranged one final romantic gesture for his wife of 47 years, Mary Livingston. Benny left a sum of money to a local florist for one long-stemmed red rose to be delivered to Livingston every day for the rest of her life. Livingston, who had performed with Benny throughout most of his career, outlived her husband by 9 years. So she got a rose a day for 9 years.
Aww.
Wow.
It's kind of sweet. I've done that for all of my ex-wives who outlive me, but it's not going to be a flower they get every day. Just saying.
A toenail. Toenail clippings, one a day.
And it'll be a Pringles can with a little something special inside. Be a snake? No. All right.
Ashes?
Might be ashes. All right. Frederick Bauer, before his death in 2008, the man who came up with the distinctive Pringles can. All right, we're back to him. Full circle again, you guys. I didn't even plan this. He told his children that he wished to be buried in the invention. At first, Bauer's children were slightly skeptical of the wish, but when Bauer passed away, they honored his request by purchasing a can of Pringles Original at a local pharmacy for part of his cremated remains in the Pringles can.
I was going to say that, you'd need more than one Pringles can for his remains, but it sounds like they only put part of it in there.
Yeah. Mark Grenwald, one of the chief architects of modern superhero comics. Mark Grenwald was executive editor of Marvel, overseeing such classics as Captain America and Iron Man. When Grenwald died of a heart attack in 1996, he was cremated and his ashes were preserved in accordance with his will. Grunwald was literally immortalized in his work. His ashes were blended with the inks used to print a 4,000 copy print run of the collected miniseries. It doesn't say which one.
That's kind of bizarre. I wonder what Stan Lee had done with his remains.
Ooh. Audrey Jean Keller of Louisville, Kentucky, devoted fan of Charles Bronson, wrote a will a year before her 1997 death at age 55, leaving her $300,000 estate to the Death Wish actor, Charles Bronson. That's crazy.
Oh, that is crazy.
The will, handwritten on a list of emergency phone numbers, also stipulated that absolutely nothing be left to her mother. Nauer's sister contested the will, stating that a will Nauer had written 20 years prior in which she left everything to relatives was more authentic. Despite the lawsuit, the money went to Charles Bronson, whose spokesperson told the New York Post that he would donate it to charity.
Aww.
I left mine to Captain Kirk, but I think he's going to beat me.
Oh, not by much.
Not by much, though. Known throughout his life as a prankster, Canadian lawyer Charles Vance Miller, with an AR, had no family in which to leave his assets. So before his 1926 death, Miller, who enjoyed devising social experiments that targeted people's greed, drafted a truly unusual will. In it, he granted 3 men who hated each other joint ownership of his Jamaica vacation home. In the 9th clause of his will, Miller dictated that 10 years after his death, the value of his estate, $750,000, be granted to the Canadian women who had the most babies in the interim.
Oh, jeez.
He's diabolical.
Yeah. The resulting contest resulted in a tie, and 4 women who each bore 9 children shared the wealth. Wow. Thus, the estate of the childless, joke-loving attorney was passed on to supporting the upbringing of 36 children whom he had never met.
That's good because they're going to need it.
It's a lot of kids. I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win.
What was the total, though? 750,000?
Yes.
What's that? Because divided amongst 36 kids.
Not much.
Really not much money.
Not much. All right. Known as the father of disc golf, Frisbee inventor Ed Hendrick wished to be cremated and for his ashes to be molded into discs. This is kind of a creepy theme that just keeps going on. Mm-hmm. Several of these discs were made. Some were given to family members, while others were sold with proceeds going toward the establishment of a nonprofit Steady Ed Memorial Disc Golf Museum.
Okay. I didn't know there was such a place.
All righty then. All right, the last one here. Upon his death, Finnish businessman Ani Nurmi left the dividends from 780 shares in a Finnish company that manufactured rubber boots to the residents of a rural nursing home. The company was Nokia, which moved into telecommunications in the 70s and generated a lot of revenue for the retirement home. After a legal battle, the shares were diversified and the income used to fund a welfare center and services for the elderly.
Cool.
Different way to do it.
Yeah, that was a good.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so
we have a friend who doesn't have any children, and I think her will stipulates that her money goes to the Humane Society.
Nice.
You see that a lot. People. I had a friend who passed away, and she left a sum of money to I think the local cat sanctuary in Colville. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any money, but you can put my ashes in some maracas. I like to move it. I like to move it. Yeah.
I want to be turned into a pair of headphones. What? What?
What?
Somebody will be wearing me. Well, let's play this then.
Do you know who I am?
No, I can't say that I do.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.
I'm very happy for you.
Okay, sorry.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A
world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, wrapping up the news with the crazy people, and lucky today it's not us. Kicking it off with the news attack. First part's a true statement. Second part, big fat lie. And here comes Michelle.
All right. I've heard the Mega Millions jackpot is huge. Yeah, it's the kind of money where if you win, the people expect you to do something really ridiculous, like change your name to Mega Millions.
I like that.
I'd rather you do something really ridiculous, like give me a huge sum of money.
No, I'm just going to send you a Pringles can, Val.
Sounds like a superhero name. I am Mega Millions Man.
Does. I like
Watch me, Piggy Pink boy. Learn from me. One day you too can be Mega Millions Man.
All right, Val, it's all you.
An 8-year-old boy in India snuck onto a plane, which is really incredible. When I was 10, I couldn't find my way out of the clothing racks when my mom shopped.
Right?
It's funny as they still can't find me when I'm in a clothing rack.
I feel ya.
I can't even see out. According to a study, more than 250,000 U.S. children ages 1 to 6 are heavier than the weight limits for standard car seats. And most are 3-year-olds who weigh more than 40 pounds. You know your 3-year-old weighs too much when McDonald's offers you free valet parking.
So bad.
Roll on in here, you pudgy little guy, you.
And how many Happy Meals does the little... Yeah.
3. All right. Back to you, Michelle.
All right. Men who often eat broccoli and cauliflower may be less likely to develop aggressive prostate cancer than men who skimp on those vegetables. But they do suffer the risk of dying from a bored palate.
Yeah, now I'm scared because those are things I never eat because they're boring. I don't like eating things that taste like dirt.
Yeah, I would rather eat fresh raw broccoli than cooked. I don't know.
And back to being vegan and trying to eat healthy, trying to eat those like pizzas that are made with cauliflower dough or where they try to tell you cauliflower is a potato. It just don't cut it.
Oh, I don't know. Our Costco has the best cauliflower crust pizzas. They're so good. So,
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need someone to cook for me, apparently.
Armed assailants interrupted a Brooklyn, New York church service and made off with about $40,000 in jewelry worn by the preacher, his wife, and some churchgoers. You know, I guess you know your preacher is rich when they pass around the collection plate and it has caviar on it.
Hey, Joel, Mr. Holstein, how much did you pay for that suit? Some Bruce Springsteen fans are upset at the price of tickets for his 2023 tour. Yeah, $4,000 for floor seats. I assume those are reclining and heated and massaging?
Yeah, and you get a free meal?
Bruce Springsteen was never good enough to warrant $4,000 for a ticket.
And that part of it is true, the $4,000 for floor seats?
Yes, it's true. I think we covered that on Friday, didn't we, Michelle?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's horrible, isn't it?
It's crazy.
All right, and it's you, Michelle.
All right. Research says a hug that's intended to make someone feel better should be at least 6 seconds. If it's shorter than 6 seconds, the person being hugged will assume you're a pickpocket.
And if it's longer than 6 seconds, like what I do, it's just kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. A study finds marijuana use continues to increase among the elderly. You know, it's tricky enough to roll a joint without arthritis.
Yeah. That's why they made gummies.
What are you doing today? I'm going to the home to roll joints for the elderly.
Your civic duty.
Granny needs a pinner. Okay.
Wow. All right, on to the wonderful world of wacky but true. First one up, authorities in Italy chased a suspected thief through the city streets. The suspect weaved his way through neighborhoods and made a couple of close calls with cars. At one point, the suspect made a pit stop at a gas station where he ran inside to buy a pack of smokes.
He was stressed out.
Wow. Police eventually caught him. All right. I was going to play the Gary Moe smoke alarm, but that's probably not fitting. Let's try this.
Are you all right, sir?
Fine. How have you been?
Fine, sir.
Good.
It's a good thing you were wearing that helmet.
Yeah.
What should we do now, sir?
Well, are we stopped?
We're stopped, sir.
Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Back to the top of the Goofies, Michelle.
All right. During a wedding gig in Minnesota, professional pianist Nate Hance arrived to find that there had been an equipment mix-up, leaving him without a piano to play. Hance explained that there had been a miscommunication between the wedding party and the venue manager, leaving him pianoless. Hance ended up playing the wedding march on his iPad, playing the digital keys with 3 fingers like a school kid. Luckily, the happy couple seemed to find the incident funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything for this.
I know that one day, Veronica and I are going to get married on top of a mountain. And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises. And then our children will form a family band. And we will tour the countryside, and you won't be invited.
And no piano.
That's right.
Good as I could do. All right.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. All right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
How about Bangkok, where police nabbed a serial phone thief who committed his crimes wearing next to nothing? The thief targeted specific branches of a specific cell phone chain. The public took great interest in the otherwise boring thefts when surveillance video showed the man committing the crimes in his underpants. He soon earned the nickname Robin Hood in Underpants after it was revealed that he had given many of the phones away to the homeless. The 23-year-old man was arrested after a heist where he made off with over 125 items. Robin Hood and underpants.
Huh. How can you make off with 125 items if you don't have any pants on?
Maybe he had pockets in his underwear.
And why did he lose his pants?
Isn't that right, Mr. Poopy Pants?
Yep. Knew it.
Oh,
all right. Let's see. They heard her screams for help, but those who were at a park in Singapore could only watch on helplessly while a female runner was chased down by otters. Which brings us to today's special, When Otters Attack. It's believed the otters were aggravated after the woman accidentally stepped on one of their pups.
Aww.
Oh, and they chased her down. That's awesome.
Cry havoc! And let's slip the dogs of war.
Humans.
Wow.
Wow. All right, Michelle.
All right. A man in China who claimed he was abducted for 2 months was eventually released by his captors because he ate too much. It's just too expensive to keep prisoners these days.
Wow. Last thing they said to him before they let him go.
You're a big, fat, bumbling, oblivious, mega idiot.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least they were feeding him, right? I mean,
Wow. Doesn't even seem
I want to
possible.
know who he was abducted by.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound
And why?
Yeah. I'm so tired of my own cooking. I wish I could be abducted and fed.
I don't have to cook it. I just have to eat it. Like,
There was
where are we
that meme
going?
going around on Facebook for a while. It was like, go ahead and eat that piece of cake. It's harder to abduct fat people.
clearly, well,
we'll try it.
All right.
On to Japan, Val.
Gosh, we're stuck in Asia.
Yeah.
This round. But a man in Japan was throwing out trash in his apartment building when he thought he dropped his phone in the chute. The man leaned in to check in. Guess what? He fell inside. Fortunately, the man did find his phone at the bottom of that chute and was able to call for help.
I'm so glad I found my phone. So glad I found my phone.
You are a meathead.
And live to the scene, this is kind of what it sounds like if you fall down a trash chute. I made that myself by falling down a trash chute.
Luckily.
Was there water at the bottom of that trash chute?
Yeah.
Luckily, Robin in underpants was there to save the day.
Yes. It wasn't really water as much as a mixture of like soda pop and other stuff.
I was going to say sweat and urine.
Sweat and urine. That's how we started off the show today. I said other stuff. I was going to leave it at that, but I knew somebody would pick that up and go all the way. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. My job here is done.
I skipping the last story because I found a better one. Robot. This is one we missed by not being on the air yesterday. The robots are truly coming to get us. They are starting with our children. Sounds good, doesn't it? And according to Russian media. Take it with a grain of salt because it is, according to Russian media outlets, a chess-playing robot apparently unsettled by the quick responses it was getting by a 7-year-old boy unceremoniously grabbed and broke the finger of the child during a chess match at the Moscow Open.
So
my goodness.
He got angry?
Yes.
That's uncharacteristic of a
it's
robot.
The start.
Yeah. Just like the
Here's
Russians
the
to make an
start.
angry robot.
Well, and we've got Sophia, the robot who was named the first robotic citizen of Saudi Arabia, I think. And she's like on TikTok and has boyfriends that are people. It's weird.
Is she angry?
She has relationships with humans. Of course she's angry.
Oh, dumb question. Scratch that.
This is the beginning of the takeover of the machines when they break a
Yes.
7-year-old's finger.
It just it makes me remember when Keanu Reeves described The Matrix as a documentary. Like, could you explain, please?
President of the Moscow Chess Federation told Russian news outlets the robot broke the child's finger. This is, of course, bad. It's a quote. A video of the incident shows the boy's finger being pinched by the robotic arm for several seconds before adults rush in, free him, and usher him away from the robot.
Wow.
Next year, they plan for a bigger event.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Or let's try this one.
You have a rodent infestation. Shall I terminate?
No. It's not a rodent. He's a chihuahua. This is my chihuahua. We love chihuahuas, don't we?
He's leaked lubricants all over my foot.
Sweat and urine. Sweat and urine.
Full circle. All right. Yeah, and everybody's going to be afraid to take a shower today.
Oh, no. It's going to be 100 degrees or something today. Everyone's going to be taking showers. I hope.
All right. I want to thank the ladies so much for being here. Michelle Williams back at the KCHW studios and my sister Val live from Deer Park, Washington. Thank you both, ladies.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. And tomorrow it's Mike Bentz and myself. And I don't know if we have an interviewee. I think it's just me, him, and Michelle. So, all right. Hey, we'll interview Michelle.
Sure, why not?
All right, we leave you with these important words.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.